legit. Anything you want.
Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse on SEC and the future of Bitcoin ETF. On December 18, Brad Garlinghouse, the chief executive officer of the leading blockchain fintech firm Ripple, conducted the last AMA Ask Me Anything session of the year with Ripple's SVP of Marketing, Monica Long. One of the most significant questions asked in the AMA was regarding the Bitcoin BTC ETF approval by the Securities and Exchange Commission (SEC). Garlinghouse was asked to predict the decision of the regulatory body, where he admitted that this is a hard topic for making predictions. He propagated that the SEC in the United States has a difficult job and the regulatory framework for the cryptocurrency space depends a lot upon the risk of manipulation of a BTC ETF. In his words, "I'm gonna probably dodge this question a little bit only because I think it's a hard one. I think the SEC in the United States has a really hard job and what they've said so far seems to hinge upon the risk of manipulation of a Bitcoin ETF." He also stated that the risk factor in the space has not been resolved in 2018 as more concentration of mining power amongst a few miners was seen in the Bitcoin ecosystem, which contributes to the threat of manipulation. Therefore, instruments such as ETFs will help the case as it would enable institutions to participate. But I think the SEC's got a hard job on this one, and so because I think it's a hard topic and I don't really have a strong point of view on where it's going to play out, I'm not gonna make a prediction. When asked about the state of 2019, Garlinghouse mentioned that transparency is a huge plus for the blockchain industry to mature. According to the Ripple official, a lot of factors in the industry are still clandestine and a lot of people operate in the space without transparency, solely due to the origin of cryptocurrencies. Transparency is the key to the institutional participation in crypto markets, Garlinghouse implied. Regarding the predictions in 2019, the veteran businessman shared that the cryptocurrency and blockchain space might see increased transparency in the systems. Furthermore, he speculated that the end of 2019 might see the banks defy the traditional methods as they are concerned with profits and opportunities to grow business. SEC delays decision on Bitcoin ETF, sets deadline for late February. The United States Securities and Exchange Commission (SEC) has again postponed its decision on a Bitcoin BTC exchange-traded fund ETF, according to an official document published Thursday, December 6. The SEC set the new deadline for February 27, 2019 in order to further review the rule change proposals to list a Bitcoin ETF by investment firm VanEck and blockchain company OLEDX and the Chicago Board Options Exchange (CBOE). Commission finds it appropriate to designate a longer period within which to issue an order approving or disapproving the proposed rule change so that it has sufficient time to consider this proposed rule change. Under the Securities and Exchange Act, the Commission must issue an order approving or disapproving the proposed rule change not later than 180 days after the date of publication of notice. If the Commission deems it necessary, it may subsequently extend that period by 60 days. As the proposed rule change was first published in the Federal Register on July 2, 2018, the maximum period of consideration falls 240 days later, on February 27, 2019. Both VanEck and SolidX firms filed with the SEC to list a Bitcoin-based ETF on June 6. Subsequently in August, the Commission delayed its decision on listing the ETF until September 30. The Commission then requested further comments regarding the decision, claiming that the agency has not reached any conclusions with respect to any of the issues on the rule change. In early October, the Commission set a deadline for submitting comments about proposed rule changes related to a number of applications for Bitcoin ETFs. Last week, the SEC published a memorandum on a meeting with representatives from VanEck, SolidX and CBOE. The applicants claimed there was precedent for a Bitcoin ETF based on other commodities with ETFs like gold and crude oil. Recently, SEC Commissioner Hester Peirce, who is known for her pro-crypto stance, receiving the title of Crypto Mom, claimed that a Bitcoin ETF could come tomorrow or in 20 years. She said, "Don't hold your breath. Look, it took a long time for the SEC even to establish an hub.